What's up, everybody? What's up with y'all? We're gonna get you out of here first quarter. Finna put y'all on Instagram real quick. Let y'all crank up real quick. What's up with y'all? What's up? What's up? What do I think of K-Frog? That's K-Frog. Y'all seen his videos? His videos are real. Dang, what was that button y'all told me to hit to slow down the chat? Somebody had told me there's a button I can hit to slow it down when mad people jump in. Y'all make sure y'all get them likes up too, man. We already got 200 something people in here. Texas in this bit. That's what's up. North Miami in here. Minnesota. Control S. That's what it is. Yeah, I think that did it. Let me try it again. Sean, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I seen the video at Lake CI when dude was getting beat. Evan, I appreciate you, man. I seen that video. Honestly, it wasn't even that bad of a video compared to what I've seen as far as inmates getting beat. You know what I mean? Like, you got people that get beat so bad, they got to go to medical or they got to get transferred to a medical center because they split open, their jaws broke, whatever. But it's good that people are able to actually view what happens inside a prison. You know, the officers, the sergeants, the captains, everybody's jumping in. And then usually it's the captain that tells everybody how to write up so they don't get in trouble. Yeah, man, get the lights up, man. But it's crazy. Jessica Kent, what's up with you? It's crazy seeing people, go through that type of stuff. But I mean, there's so much more that y'all don't even hear about. 2 days ago, somebody just got killed at Taylor CI. Someone else got killed at Mayo CI while they was attacking a CO. So I don't know if they tried to hit up the CO to distract from the other person, but the CO got hit up by 2 people, and then they found Buddy dead. Aaron Wood, I appreciate you, definitely. Damn, Josh Harris, I appreciate you, brother. It's real, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Matt P, you was locked up at you didn't even spell Appalachia right. You sure you was locked up with me at Appalachia? You sure about that? Wes Watson in 1090. Yo, I watch all Wes Watson videos. Big shout out to him. I be talking to him on Instagram and stuff like that. But I think bro is really trying to focus on his channel independently. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all into all his videos. But yeah, big shout out to Wes Watson, GP, General Population. Y'all go check them out. Nah, I was never at Marion. I was only at Sumter CI, Lancaster CI, Appalachia CI, and then as far as the reception centers, Central Florida, Lake Butler, and Northwest, which is like Washington. Have I seen white Crips? Hell yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out Pompano Randy, man. They say Goo gonna get out of confinement soon, hopefully, you know, with that whole investigation pending. I just spoke to Rambo. Rambo doing good. He just got sent over to another spot. He was in confinement for a little bit. Oh, you a troll. He said, have I seen a black Unforgiven? You're not gonna have blacks in a white supremacist 1%er whatever type of organization. It doesn't. They have a black organization, which is N-word Nazis, and they reverse the swastika, and they basically, it's a group of black people that hate every other race, not even just white people. They don't like anybody. They're not deep. I never even met one. I just heard about them. Yeah, there'd be some stupid ass comments. Hey man, shout out to Australia. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I can't tell if they're trolling or not either. It's wild. But I'm saying though, what's up? Like, what y'all feedback on the last couple of videos? You feel me? Like that white kid that killed the two people. I never knew him, and when I did view him, I never respected him because of who he was around. But I still wanted to share that story off the strength that there's much to be learned from that story. You know what I mean? How easy it is to just get caught up in. At this point, he's never going home ever. Like I said, he might get executed for what he did. And in Florida, if you get death, you'll sit for like 15, 20 years before they give you the needle. A lot of people just commit suicide before that. And, you know, like Lionel Tate too, someone that was locked up at a very, very early age, became institutionalized. You got to understand, when you're locked up as a kid, when you get put into those juvenile facilities or juvenile dorms at adult facilities, they make you even more violent, or you just become so desensitized to violence that when you get out and you do something as stupid as rob a pizza man, in your head, it doesn't seem that serious because you got people that rob people in prison left and right, and the only punishment is some confinement time. Like when I was in juvie in Tampa, I think they put me in confinement for like 2-3 days or something like that. Like that was it, just 2-3 days, and they let me back out. You know what I mean? So like when you go in there at an early age and your punishment is just getting put in a room for a couple of days, and you come back out, you do something on the street that's crazy, then you get hit with 30 years. You know what I mean? What am I doing currently and what are my future plans? Hang on, let me go back up and see what Pamela said. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm glad that I'm able to give people a new perspective, because not everybody in jail is evil. A lot of people are misunderstood. A lot of people want to change their lives and have made decisions that keep them from doing so. But that doesn't mean that they don't have positive energy that they can put out. And even for people that know that they're never going to be in a position where they're free, and there's still knowledge that can be learned. You can still learn from these stories. But yeah, what I want to do with the channel, next, either my next video or my, you know, 2 videos from now, what I want to do is I want to speak on the sobriety aspect of everything with release, not immediately falling back into the same things. How I got myself into a recovery program. I bounced around at halfway houses and everything, you know, and just struggling with being in society, not being in a position that everyone else is in, that I know a lot of people struggle with catching up. When you get out, you're broke. You don't have money to ball. You don't have money to show off, nothing like that. And another video I want to do is my arrest. Kyle, I appreciate you, bro, because I got arrested literally a year after I was released, and I was facing some serious charges. So I'm going to do a video on that. I still have a lot of the paperwork. I have the paperwork from when I bonded out. I got the search warrant somewhere in the house, which basically gives a story of what happened, why they came and arrested me, why they were called, what they were specifically looking for in the apartment when they did the search warrant at the house. Like, they flipped my house and everything. You know what I mean? So it's another crazy story, but I'm gonna get into that soon. How are people sending me money? The little dollar sign at the bottom. So it's like a super chat donation. And then people also like do the PayPal, which the link is in the descriptions. Yeah, they got bail bonds, everything in Florida. I never got bonded out though, Florida. I only up here. I don't even think it was a bond, it was a bail, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that's the Boston case that I'm talking about. When I got out of prison, moved up here, and I caught a case out here. I've never been in California prison, so I can't really speak on that from experience. I can only bring people on that's done time in California to tell you the difference between Cali and Florida. The only thing that I know so far is California is race segregated versus Florida is just gangs, and it's like wild. There's like no rules. There's no real structure. It's crazy. It's a complete renegade prison setup. Nah, I never been to Atlanta, bro. The arrest was in Dorchester, but they wrote down Roxbury because I live right on the Dorchester-Roxbury line. And where I live at, even though it's Dorchester, 02125, if you get locked up on my street, you're going to Roxbury Court. So I got locked up. I went to B2. And everything that I did was through Roxbury Court. They didn't have enough evidence to indict me in the Superior Court. How long is my chain? 26 inches. I want to get a bigger one though. I'm gonna get a bigger one soon, and I might do it for my birthday because my birthday is at the end of August. I'm gonna get a bigger one, and I'm gonna do another review because, like I said, they send you the video of how they hand make the chain and everything. It's crazy. Charlestown. I mean, it's the projects that's bad. The whole Charlestown isn't bad. It's specifically the projects that was pretty bad. You know what I mean? But they're cleaning a lot of that up. And I appreciate you, man. I'm a Virgo. What was that comment? Let me get you up out of here. You asking me if I like a specific gun. I can't even be in the same room as a gun. You stupid? I had 16 gun charges. You gonna ask me something about a gun? Like, come on, bro. I'm a convicted felon, bro. I ain't touching no damn guns. Can you pay for protection in prison? How does it work? Yeah, but I mean, it's fake though. Like, you might only get protection until they don't feel like protecting your ass no more. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get money one day, they're gonna flip you. It's not how you think. You're not gonna meet the mob and they're gonna save you. And nah, you're better off like learning to defend yourself, if anything, instead of trying to pay for protection. I got a confinement video, bro. One of my first videos was confinement. You gotta scroll all the way down to the bottom. I don't know. This is a This is an 8mm, right? That's an 8mm Cuban link. I'll show you how it looks on my wrist so you can see the size of it. I'm thinking of going like maybe a 10, 10 and a half. I just want to get a thicker chain. I might do a 28-inch instead of the 26. I had a 28-inch before this one. Nah, I don't really want a pendant. I don't really like the whole pendant look on a Cuban link. I like how a Cuban link looks by itself. Yeah, I grow weed. If you follow my Instagram, I post it all the time. I get 14 karat. 24 carats too soft. There's no reason to go that high. 10 karat isn't even half gold. I like 14. I like the shine of 14. I like how it looks. But yeah, where I live at is legal to grow weed. 100%, as long as you're over the age, you know what I'm saying? If you have any questions on that, jump on my Instagram. Ledge Sauce, when were you at Lancaster to be speaking on how Lancaster was rocking? Because when I was at Lancaster, we weren't even deep. We weren't what you wanted to be a part of, and we still rocked out, taking over dorms and all that. Danny said it's a little Cuban, bro. Can you buy it though? Can you pay for it? Talk about my chain. Can you afford my chain? Nah, it's less than I paid less than 5,000. This man said, "Let me take you out, Crystal." What is wrong with you? You talking to somebody on YouTube? Get you up out of here. Y'all be thirsty. Where my moderators at, man? That's crazy. This is I think it's 135 grams. I think that's what it was exactly. Levi's stupid, man. I'm not in Florida right now. It's hot in Boston though, so I'm sure it's hot down there. Ain't nothing happened with those kids at the smoke shop. They went home. They called and said they were finna pull up. They didn't even pull up. They took the train, and they had to take the train all the way back home, looking stupid. This ain't 135 grams. You tripping. I got the paperwork for it. You tripping. Matter of fact, you know what y'all can do? Let me do a little free promotion real quick. Since you want to keep asking me about my chain. Raise Golden Cash in Miami. This is where I got my chain at. So if y'all want to get a chain and have the whole thing handmade videos to see you, if you want to ask how much I paid for mine, ask them. 8mm, 26-inch, Miami Cuban, solid 14 karat. They're going to tell you the weight, the estimated weight, of course, because it's handmade. And they're going to tell you the price on it. So, I mean, if you want something, hit them up. Raise Golden Cash. You get paperwork with your chain, official stamp, signed, everything. TK doing good. TK doing good. I think he's still down in Florida, too. I appreciate everybody that helped them out. Nah, I ain't snatched this chain. I bought this chain. What am I snatching chains for? Yeah, he made it. He made it down there. Nah, we don't have AC in Florida state prisons. It doesn't exist. We have like open windows with a sheet of metal with holes poked into it. So when it's hot outside, it's hot inside. And then sometimes you'll be at a spot where like your your prison will be by a chicken farm. So like the wind will blow the smell of chicken shit into the prison, and the whole prison will smell like chicken shit. Yeah, I'm gonna get, if I get a bigger chain, it's gonna be from Ray's. We've been talking about it. Let me see, let me see, let me see. I appreciate you, man. If you got a chain like this for 1,500, it's either 10 carat or fake. Like it ain't solid. CMG links is cool people too, bro. You got CMG links in Miami. You got Leary's in Miami. There's a couple of people, but I chose Ray because it's just Ray and his wife Norma. It's more of like a small, mom and pop type place. They're really good people, solid people. They bust back at you immediately. CMG and Leary's, they're more blown up. You know what I'm saying? And some of them have like a month-long waiting period for your chain. I got this in like a week, handmade. Do they do dental? What, like golds? They don't do golds. He only specializes in Cuban links. Yeah, I went to Chamberlain High School my sophomore year and then a little bit of my junior because I dropped out. No, I don't like white gold. It look like silver. I mean, yeah, you can. I know some crazy ass bloods that take psych meds, that need psych meds. It's really like the harder drugs that are frowned upon, really, from anybody um in prison, like doing any of the hard drugs. There's not really any organizations I know of that allow that. How are the state trades in Florida? Nasty. Edna, you sound dumb as hell. 14 carat. Google 14 carat. Google price per gram times it by 135 grams. It's simple math. Like, it's not hard. Nah, I got the box class. Redskin, what store are you talking about? Do I ever worry about someone ripping it off my neck? Hell no. If you worried about that, don't wear jewelry. That doesn't even make sense. Y'all ask the craziest questions. Nah, I don't have a dog. I like dogs though. I want one. I want to get a pit. I don't like little dogs. This man is super troll. See, everybody that talks about Lancaster, they never been to Lancaster. Ever. Because everybody I know that's been to Lancaster, I still talk to. Or I try to put them in a video. Yeah, I think pits are banned in Miami too. When I lived in Tampa, my bro had he had 2 pits, but he had to hide them from the landlord and shit. So we had to like sneak them out the house to walk them around. How expensive is weed? So weed and K2 would be like the same price. It's $100 for a gram. So yeah, Lancaster ain't even a YO camp anymore. It's an adult camp. It ain't like how it was when I was in there. Something CI still has a YO side, but Lancaster ain't Lancaster no more. They shut it down. Just like they shut down all the real ones. They shut down Brevard. They shut down Indian River. They only let them go for so long because they're so crazy. Yeah, K2 is synthetic marijuana. So when I was in there, K2 was still the real K2 because it was only like a year or 2 after they legalized it. Now they're smoking just straight chemicals, rat poison sprayed on paper. Like they're smoking stuff that got people just shaking and throwing up and dying. It's not even the actual K2 anymore. It's just straight chemicals, whatever they lacing it up with. Levi, bro, love, bro. Yeah, Lionel Tate had a lot of issues, man. He still got a lot of issues. He got a release date though, so hopefully when he comes out, he's not on the same type of things that he was in. Nah, they still got JIT camps. They still got something CI, the youth offender side, and they still got Lake City. Other than that, they just sending the YOs to adult prisons and putting them in a youth offender dorm. That's all they doing. But it's just not as bad as a whole compound full of youth offenders. The bud will be in my story on Instagram. So you just said there's no youth offenders, but they have Lake City. I don't understand what you're saying. You're saying there isn't any, then there is. You still have something CI. I'm talking about you certified. Certified what? Certified what? Have you been to these places? Yeah, people just be talking just to talk. Ghost Renegade, what's up, man? You from Pompano? Nah, something is an adult prison. Something just had a youth offender side. There's 2 big ass rec yards. One's for the adults. The smaller one is for the YOs. There was only like 4 dorms. He talking about he from Pompano now. What dorms do you know that says something CI? Since you know about something CI. I never been to Lake City. I never been to Lake City. I couldn't go to Lake City. I was too bad for Lake City. That's a private camp. But can you name any of the dorms at Sumter? I don't know the statistics on how many youth offenders are inside of prison, but we got one of the highest rates of youth incarceration in the state. I mean, in the country. Yeah, Lake City always been sweet. That's where everybody wanted to go. They were getting jars of peanut butter on the canteen. They had Walmart canteen. They had a dog program. You could train dogs. Ain't nothing I went through was like that. What am I drinking? A strawberry Kool-Aid? Not Kool-Aid, Coolada from Dunkin' Donuts. King Cree, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that, Primo. He said he was at Brevard. What dorm you was in Brevard? What year was you at Brevard? I got people that was at Brevard too. I don't know why you still commenting. You ain't saying nothing. You from Pompano? Who are you in Pompano? You know Goo from Pompano, right? Oh, now he's ZMF. I don't know why you on here. Nah, I'm not bringing my daughter on here. Paulie, I appreciate you, bro. You already know. Mad respect. Maverick, what's up with you? Easty in this bit. Yeah, there's always some crazy people, man. Always some crazy people. That's a fact every time. Yeah, there's booty bandits in Florida. Florida's bad with that. Florida got a lot of gangs that be in there too, like the GDs in prison. A lot of them are involved with that. Have I ever seen anyone pet an insect? All right, so I want to make a video about this, right? We got spiders called regal spiders. They're jumping spiders and they fight each other. I'm going to make a whole video about this, but I've seen people that kept spiders as pets, snakes as pets, frogs, lizards, all type of mice, because we got mice that run through the prisons. The prisons are nasty, bro. Cockroaches, everything. So people will keep a mouse in the little soap dish, feed it, take string and make a leash, everything. And people are crazy. But yeah, they'll take the spiders and put them in the soap dish and then fight the spiders. And then when the spider kills the other one, it sucks up all the guts and the spider gets bigger. So when you got a big spider, you know he got a couple of bodies, you know, sucked up all the juice. Yeah, you could sell regal spiders and everything, especially if it's like a crazy two-tone color. It's wild. Nah, I never had any spiders or nothing like that. I knew people that did, but I never had one myself. Man, y'all get them likes up, man. Nah, I never heard of a prison having AC except Lake City, because you never go outside at Lake City. Lakeside is an inside prison. You never go outside. They got an indoor gym and everything. I never heard of AC at a prison. We don't have any of that. So when it's summertime and you in confinement, It's hot, nasty hot the whole time. You got people breaking out, sweat rashes, everything, because you have to be in your uniform until after dinner. And then after dinner, everybody will take their uniform off and just hang out. We don't have fans. That's what I'm saying. We don't have none of that. We don't have prison fans. We don't have prison TVs. None of that. If you talk about that in Florida, they're gonna think wherever you was at was that. We barely have TVs that work inside of the prison. And how it used to be is each dorm would have a TV high up on the wall. Somebody got to climb up there to change it. They swapped all that out. So now the booth controls the TV. So if you're in a dorm with 4 different wings or 2 wings, whatever TV station the officer puts on, that's the channel it's on for every TV, every dorm. So we all got to watch the same thing. So now more people will fight out, you know, what channel getting put on, this and that. But we don't have our own TVs. We don't have our own fans. None of that. Hell no, we don't get a TV in the cell. Never heard of that in Florida. We don't get none of that. I'm rocking with the Patriots. The Buccaneers are sorry as hell. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. This man said he a Hoover Crip. Hoover ain't even Crip. What is you talking about? Nah, Florida doesn't get none of that, bro. We don't get any of that type of stuff. We barely get good canteen, none of that. Like, yeah, up here in Boston, I think the jail's nah, Hoover's criminal. You got Hoovers that are criminal. They bang on Crip. But I really don't give a fuck about that anyways. That don't have shit to do with me. But yeah, up here in Boston jail, they got TVs in the cell at South Bay. I don't know about Nash. I never went in there. Yeah, the South Bay got TVs in the cells. Because when you drive by, you can see them at night. You can see the TVs on. I don't care about none of that Hoover, LA, none of that. It has nothing to do with me. That shit don't exist in Florida. We don't have weights, huh? We don't have any weights in Florida. They got rid of the weights. They got rid of the tobacco. People are getting killed with the weights. We don't get any of that. Nah, my girlfriend never did time. Her dad doing time. Swanee got AC. I don't know. I never heard of it. I only heard that the spots that's inside, like the private camps, are the only ones. Edna, you still on here? All right, so you saying Hoovers are Crips, right? So you got that white goofy ass Hoover named Milk 74. So go look him up because he says he's Hoover. He's not Crip. And you can go have that conversation on his channel. I think he's got like 200 subscribers. Y'all can go talk that. I don't care about none of that. Has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Most deadly organizations in Florida prison, the fucking COs. the most deadly organization is the Department of fucking Corrections. That's the deadliest shit. You want to know what the deadliest shit is on the street? The sheriff department. Y'all ever heard of Green Team? See, in Florida, we got something called Green Team, right? So one time, I was on the block. I was outside the house, right? and this is a known spot that I'm chilling at or whatever. And there was an all-white Camaro. This is 2012, so that type of Camaro, it was probably sitting on like 28s, big chrome-ass rims. The whole whip was tinted out. Usually when you see someone driving that, they're doing drops, they're doing some type of tax fraud or something. They got a lot of money. So the white Camaro comes up, goes around the corner, it comes back. It done circled the block twice. So now I'm really looking at it, you know what I mean? Camaro parks around the corner. Green team hops out. These men look like special forces in all green and khaki outfits with guns strapped to their chest and bulletproof everything, bulletproof elbow pads, like stupid shit. It's like the undercover squads that just pop out and then, you know what I'm saying? They try to raid houses. They hit the house that I was at. I have any white privilege so far. It didn't get me out of prison. I think I kind of avoided my white privilege. I don't know. Green team is everywhere in Tampa, not just Cross Fletcher. That's one neighborhood. They everywhere. When that happened, I was close to the Sulphur Springs. I wasn't in no Cross Fletcher when they popped up. I hope Goo able to get out early. He got a lot of stuff on his case that can get exposed, that can get him out. A lot of flaws in his case, but you know how that go. It's tough. Yeah, Chicago rough, bro. Chicago on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I miss Tampa. I miss Florida, period. Be cold as hell up here. I don't like that shit. I be having to hibernate. I be in the house for months at a time. I don't like this snow shit. I want to go back down there. I still owe Hillsborough County Court like $700 for the PD that didn't do a damn thing. Yeah, I don't know how it is. Like, you got to register where you live at in Florida. I don't know how it is if I just visit as a felon, but I knew people that didn't, you know, put their address down or whatever when they got out, and they got sent back to prison for like 5 years just for that. And then now I'm making these videos. I'm not trying to get crucified by them COs when I go down there. How can what be legal? What are you talking about? Who's my favorite cop or sheriff? The one that quits. Nah, I never had the goon squad in prison run down on me. The goon squad, the extraction squad, they didn't get me, but just the regular squad came through and they fired me up with the gas. But I'm not the one that, I didn't break it off. My roommate broke it off. He was the one that got on the door crying, saying, "Let me out. I can't breathe. Da da da. I got asthma." I was just in there. I couldn't even say anything, but I wasn't saying nothing. But once they cuffed him up, they cuffed me up, and then they put us in the showers, and they gotta watch you for like 30 minutes to make sure the gas doesn't kill you. Whatever, whatever. Yeah, Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I was in Falkenberg. Matter of fact, my first dorm was with Tate. When I was in the dorm, I was the very first set of bunks. I forget bro name. He from Robles Park. He got a scar on his forehead. It was me, him, and one other dude that I think was from Philly who had a messed up hand. He got shot in his hand with a stick, so he can't move none of his fingers. And Tebe was in the back corner over by the rec door. Damn, I forget bro name from Robles Park too. He was cool people. Nah, not Dame. He had like it was almost like a girl name. I forget his name. Mimi or something. Something with an M. He got a sky right here on his forehead. He tall. He like 6 foot. I forget his name though. I didn't really meet nobody else from Robles Park when I was in prison. There was only one other dude, but he broke it off to the Zoes. There was a couple people in juvie from Robles. That was like it though. Juggalos, those are all jizzles in prison. Every juggalo I met was a jizzle. All of them were getting extorted. They tried to say whoop and all that. All that got shut down. They wasn't allowed to whoop nothing. No. All of them were breaking it off. Tampa Park, damn, I forget. There was one person from Tampa Park that I was in prison with. I was in juvie with him. See, when I was in juvie, everyone I was in juvie with, we all went to prison. So it was EJ from Dunway, Junebug from the Springs, Shad from the Springs, I think it was Tay from Tampa Park. Or not Tampa Park, Central Park. Because I think he had 7th or whatever tatted on his hand or something like that. I don't think the only one from Bird Gang, I think, was Jeezy. He was older, though. He was like 23 or 24. He was the one when I was at Lancaster when they tried to jump me. He the one that broke it up. I didn't even know he was from Tampa until he jumped into it. But that was the only one that I knew of. Yeah, hell yeah. NPR bumping. I met a lot of people that slid in the NPI, and everybody that I knew that was NPI solid. And then I knew a lot of them that, you know, became Bloods and this and that, but NPI and Blood was tied the most of the time anyway. But I knew a lot of NPIs. Damn near everyone I just named became NPI. Junebug, Shad, Tay, all their ass, EJ. Everybody was rocking on the NPI. Fats from New CO became PI, and then I think he folded right before he went home. You had Tank from Cross Fletcher. He was MPI, and then he folded. And he had said something about 57 right before he went home, and they were gonna cut him up. When you fold, it's like you basically you give up. Nah, MPI ain't Blood. Like MPI, you from Tampa, so I know you know pretty much who started MPI. You feel me? But it got started up by them. But there's just always been Bloods in Tampa too. So you know what I'm saying? We all rock together. Like in my case, when I went up there, I was pushing Blood, but everyone else from the city was NPR. So we was all like this. And then another thing too, I think Walt from what? St. Pete? And we had smoke with St. Pete, INX, the whole time I was in there. I heard Trick Daddy was at ACI back in the day. He was at Brevard too. Nah, I never went to Mayo. Only Sumter, Lancaster, Appalachia, and all the reception centers. I never went down south. I just did Central Florida, Lake Butler, and Northwest. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all don't got to donate, but the like button free. Nah, Mayo got a JIT dorm. Mayo isn't a JIT camp. It had a JIT dorm because one of my brothers was at Mayo. He from Jacksonville. And he ended up getting sent to Lancaster from Mayo. But it wasn't a whole JIT camp. At least it wasn't when I was there. The only actual YO prisons was Sumter CI if you were 14 to 18. Right when you turn 19, you get shipped off. That was an adult prison with a YO side. So it didn't have a YO dorm. There was 4 dorms in its own rec yard that was youth offender. Lancaster was strictly YOs. There was no adults on the compound. And Lake City was a private camp. Before I got the Appalachia CI, when I was at Appalachia CI, they had a YO dorm, but they shut it down before I got out of confinement. So if I had got there until I was 24, I would have been kept in the YO dorm. Indian River, the YO got shut down. Brando doing good. Brando chilling, raising his son, working his job. I don't speak on all the history and all that on here because there's certain things you say on here that people gonna start repeating and acting like, you know what I'm saying, it came from them. So I don't really give too much of the history out. Just like I didn't say the names of who started MPI because I don't need these kids in the suburbs talking about that MPI now and this is who started it. You feel me? But you already know on Insta, so you can just DM me. Can I talk about Bable? Yeah. So Bable is in there. Isabel, I appreciate you. Bebo locked up right now for cutting somebody's head off. I'll let y'all just take that in while I sip my drink. Yeah, so Bebo more or less robbed somebody that was selling coke that was a sexual sex offender or whatever. And he robbed the guy for coke, and the guy bugged Jack, and Bebo basically just he cut his head off. You feel me? He kept stabbing him in the neck until his head was pretty much gone. And I think it was only attached by like a few inches. He was telling me about the whole case. And the judge asked him when he thought it was appropriate to stop stabbing him, and Bebo replied when he stopped moving. So that's Bebo's case. Bebo caught a body. And Bebo's short too. Bebo ain't big, but he's crazy. He don't play no games. Nah, I don't have any more stories about TK, but TK got more stories, and he's gonna pop off his channel soon, so y'all be able to get those. Nah, Bebo, I'll show y'all Bebo. That's Bable. A lot of the people that I got on my Instagram got bodies. But Bable is the one that did my hand tattoo right before I left. He tatted my whole hand for free. Which Savage? My brother Savage? The craziest prison I've been to would be Appalachia CI, because no one was really dying at Lancaster. Lancaster, it was war every single day, though. So there was some times at Appalachia when it wasn't popping off. Lancaster was every single day. People are getting ripped. People are getting poked up. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll just go to chow. All of a sudden, everybody's crashing. Food's in the air. Gas is getting sprayed. Everybody's getting hit with gas. Everybody's jumping on the floor. You know what I mean? Someone might stab somebody and throw the knife, and now the knife is sitting by you, and you got to throw the knife, and now the CO think you did it. It's just crazy, bro. Non-stop madness, non-stop war. Appalachia, people were getting slumped. You just see somebody hit the floor and have some sticking out their neck, and they sitting there choking on it. Nicholas, I appreciate you, man. You already know. Savage, the artist. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for it. I don't see why not. I'm not trying to like interview everybody death interviews. You feel me? Because I don't want bro to be like, why are you interviewing everybody? But yeah, Appalachia and Lancaster was wild as hell. Danger Smith, why am I ignoring your question? Because it's stupid as hell. It don't even. Are you from Dorchester? Just come ask me if you from here. You ask me that in person. Big shout out to Buffalo, New York. Are you steady gonna ask me something about Dorchester? Are you from here? Like, you live around here? You trying to link up? Matt Hanson, I appreciate you, bro. I don't even know what half of y'all are talking about. How do you donate? You hit the $ at the bottom, or any description of my videos is a PayPal link. I didn't get a whole $1.50. Buddy that cut me was scared. You can't even really see it. I only have like this much of a scar. When it first happened, it went all the way down, but I didn't even have to get one stitch. Never mind 150. They just hot glued my face together. Yeah, Lake Butler's just a reception center. But Lake Butler's why I got cut at. But it ain't worse than Lancaster. Nah, you don't have to use trash bags, bro, unless you're cooking like a big meal. So like when we would cook, you would take a hot Cheeto bag, crush up the Cheetos, bust up 2 soups, and then put them in the hot Cheeto bag, and then put the hot water in the hot Cheeto for a group of people. Can you get through a bid without fighting? Yeah. Depending on how you carry yourself and the situations you're into. But yeah, you can get through a bid. My one of my bros, Alex, he went through prison without fighting anybody. But he might look a little bit scarier than you. So it all depends on you and if people want to try you. He's not a small kid, but he carries himself really respectfully. And he isn't gang banging or anything like that. Yeah, I just watched After Prison show today about the prison AC or whatever, the fan or whatever. That's the only video I seen. Hefe, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'll definitely split that for them. And Alex never went to a wild prison. He went to the adults. So he never had to deal with a TOH. But Alex is bumping though. So me and Alex went to high school. Alex is actually from Robles Park. He was born in Robles Park, and then he was staying in the Springs. You feel me? So he from the hood, and he bumping 1,000. He was breaking faces in high school. That was my right hand right there. But he got locked up before I did. He did his time, and while he was doing his time, I got locked up and did my 3. Brando is gonna talk about the fight with the CO in the future. Nah, I never lived in Plant City. I never even been to Plant City. You got expelled from every school? That's what's up. I got a high school diploma. Why are you telling me you've been expelled? I was going to a GED school in East Tampa. But I got my diploma in prison. What's the best spread I made? Whenever I didn't make it, because I couldn't make them good. Bimba knew how to cook though. I went back to Boston because Florida has a law when you get out of prison, if you commit a certain offense, you get banned. You don't come back out. I heard there was steroids. I never saw steroids though. Yeah, y'all be talking about the wrong things. All y'all want to do is talk about game politics and shit that y'all not a part of. It's crazy. Y'all trying to do the wrong things. Was there a time I almost folded in prison? I did fold. I folded all my clothes when I put them in my locker. That was about it though. I can't block everybody because I gotta click so damn much. It's up for everybody that got a wrench. I really don't care though. Yeah, everybody be looking for knowledge. That's why I don't be speaking on none of that game politics, none of that. Who is this? Who is that? Because everybody just starts repeating it. Ain't no point talking about that. $36 months. I did 36 months. Hold on, I'm finna give somebody some power. Boom. I'm finna give out that power. I'm in Dorchester right now. The plant's looking good. The plant's about to get cut down. Either tomorrow or Tuesday. Nah, I never got a visit when I was in prison. I ain't get none of that. And we didn't have the kiosk either, so I wasn't getting pictures or nothing like that. I got a couple letters. Wherever they are, they near me. 16-year-old in jail for 2 bank robbery charges. What advice do I have? Just keep your head up. Understand the situation you in. Understand what's possibly gonna happen. And just be ready, be prepared for it. You know what I mean? Because those are federal charges. You're gonna go to a federal prison for 2 banks. So hopefully it ain't as bad as, you know, state prison. Because I know the feds is better than Florida state prison. I don't know how somebody gets a 65-inch TV in prison. That's crazy. Nah, I'm not religious at all. And then when I seen Buddy die in prison, that kind of just, that ain't really help. Angel got shot to death when he got out. Angel got set up by some people. They shot him to death and they put his body in the ditch. And he was 19 when he died. Yeah, man. R.I.P. Angel. That's crazy. Yeah, TK is out. I don't care if the feds watch me or death. We not doing nothing. We just talking about the situations we were put in by the state. We got put in prison. We're speaking on prison. He wasn't from Tampa. He was from Orlando, out that way. Hell yeah, free goo. I don't know all the details on why they killed him, but the person or the persons got caught or whatever. They got trial in December, so all the facts will come out. But I mean, I don't really know too much about his case. I was in prison when he got killed. But I knew him. Pretty much everybody on my channel from the YOs knew Angel. The only person that didn't was TK. But Angel hit Appalachia. Bimba knew Angel. We all did. You know what I'm saying? Red Light. We all knew him. We all felt some type of way when that happened. It's crazy. That's why I said you got to wake up. Nah, I never made a stab jacket because I didn't see the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was going to get wet up, I'd just pop it off before I just start sitting there making a jacket and all that. Because most times people going to get hit up here anyway. You're not going to get hit up in the body like that. And when your adrenaline pumping, you ain't really worried about nothing. I never saw Angel fight. I just seen Angel wet people up. Nah, Angel wasn't the blood. Man, y'all run them lights up, man. It's free. Yeah, the juggalos is all jizzles in prison. All of them get extorted. If y'all keep asking the same question, you notice I'm not answering it, it's because I'm not going to answer it. You ain't got to put it 20 times. I'm just not going to speak on it. It's good right now. I just hit 25,000 subscribers. I'm trying to save up a little bit of money to get some new equipment, start vlogging. I want to get some new tattoos. I got a lot of tattoos that I want to get and just start dropping sleeves. I got a lot I want to do. Yeah, appreciate you. What part of Tampa am I from? I'm from wherever you from. How about that? Come tell me I ain't. Do I have any tattoos I regret? Yeah, somewhat. I regret this. I just wish it came out better. Yeah, I had a brother that was from. I knew a lot of people from Tallahassee. A lot of people from Tallahassee. A lot of people pushing 850. All that. Port Tampa, nah. Nah, if you really wasn't like North Tampa, some people from West Tampa, I ain't really know you like that. I wasn't really in any other area besides those. You talking about I still owe him soups. Veronica, I appreciate you. What you mean spin females when I was in prison? Yeah, you got everybody up the road. You got Blood, Crip, GD. You got a ton of Kings and Yathas, 13s. And then you got like Codes, INETs, X-Men, Down South Gangsters, ZMF, all that. I was getting cigarettes off of CO. Nah, there's no Simon Royals, there's no Vice Lords. They've been like one P Stone. We don't really have gangs like that in Florida. There's no Hoovers, none of that. No Aryan Brotherhood. Justin Cordova, you square as hell. You ain't even ask a question. You ain't even ask what question you asked. SCDC, 6 inmates killed. Nah, I never tried that with the CO just because I needed the money more than I needed that. That's a good thing that you brought up, being diabetic and in prison. There's a lot of dangerous things that happen to people that need some form of medication. That's why a lot of people be dying in prison. It's because they get refused medication. Yeah, I smoke. I grow. All that. I'm a medical patient. Nah, we don't have woods. It's not called that. You got white boys that are in a white organization. It's Unforgiven. You got a couple of CWBs or whatever, but most of them are Fugazi too. Midgets in prison. Yeah, there was a midget from Tampa named Bam. He was NPR. And he'll beat your ass. He's strong as hell. He used to slam people. They put him in a dorm full of kings. He didn't have no fire to hit nobody up with, so he took a radio and put it in a sock and fired one of them up with the radio. That shit was funny as hell. Bam bumping. Little Bam Bam. Small as hell. You're a Wood. That's what's up. Hey, you know Bam? You got Bam on Instagram, bro? I've been trying to get back in contact with him. He got people. He got family from Dorchester. We was in B1 together at Lancaster. Oh, I don't even think he was in B1. I think he snuck in. I think he snuck into the dorm. I'd never heard of Woods in Florida, ever. So you must not have been locked up in prison because there's no Woods. No one calls himself a Wood. That's not a term that comes from Florida. Did I ever think about escaping? Nah, because you get 5 years pretty much automatically for escaping. I only had 3. There's no reason for me to escape. He from Grant? Yeah, you gotta find him for me. I was in juvie with Lil John from Grant, and then we was in county together. When he got out of county, that's when he got killed. I was at something with Norbit from Grant. He beat somebody so bad when he was in confinement at something. He was in there knocking them out. Like repeatedly knocking them out. Do I smoke bud? How you gonna ask if I smoke bud when I just said I'm a medical patient and I go? Where's the square ass jig? Let me just get you out of here. Cause you ain't even listening. Has anyone from the opposite side helped me? Yeah, I had BD ride out with me. A BD rode out with me against the GDs. See, the only thing I like about Instagram is when people put stupid comments, I can put them on blast, and then they gotta block me and make their account private, and then they send me a message apologize. BDs are not 5. Black disciples, no. Black disciples. But BDs and GDs are usually like tied up in Florida. Caleb, I appreciate you, bro. What happens to sex offenders? They mostly die. They're usually the ones that get killed. Some of y'all be asking some crazy. I hope y'all don't ever go to prison. You could just tell by some of y'all mentality off the questions y'all ask. Like, y'all would real deal be twerking on broomsticks if y'all went to prison with the type of mentalities y'all got. The jokes y'all make, all that. Y'all would be twerking on broomsticks and them. Y'all think it's a game. My favorite tattoo, my favorite, the one that my aunt got me, the Joker. But when I get my daughter's tattoo, that's gonna be my favorite. Your brother gets out in October. What should he be looking for? I would honestly say, even though it sounds crazy, get him into a program that can slowly introduce him to society, where he lives in the program, gets help, gets set up with food stamps. They help him get a job, so someone gets used to being back in society. He has a counselor. That's what helped me adjust. Because when you just get out and you have nothing to do, it's crazy. Because in prison, you know, people are always telling you what to do. So when you get out and you have that freedom, you don't really know what to do with it. And then eventually, like, you get over, you know, all right, I'm out now, what do I do? And then you get bored, and then you try to get a job, you get discouraged, and you rob someone, and now you get a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? So even though it kind of goes against what everybody wants when they get out of prison, put them in a structured environment. That's what helped me, is a structured environment. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got COs that have chewing tobacco. When they spit it out, you got people that'll pick up the spit out tobacco, dry it out, and then smoke it. Biggest difference between Boston and Tampa, the snow. The snow, that weather. Yeah, I'm always live. I try to go like an hour and a half every time I go live, every single time. Until this seat gets too uncomfortable. You can't get any type of nude pictures, any type of pornography or anything like that in prison. Edna, why are you so salty? Go ahead, Edna. Edna Rainbow. Ask whatever question you want, because every time I see your name on here, you complaining about something. So ask your question, Edna. I'm going to read your question out for everybody. So go ahead. I'm not going to say nothing till you ask your question, Edna. Where is that? She dying for me to talk to her. Where your question at? Where's Edna at? She still ain't said nothing. Christina, I can't answer you yet because I'm waiting on Edna to answer. Edna just been going crazy in here, talking about this and that. I ignore all her questions. She don't want to ask it now? All right, we moving on. Christina, what are my long-term goals? My long-term goals. My long-term goals is to just be successful and happy. That's really it. Like, I don't really have like a set goal, a set career path. I never imagined I'd be doing this. I never imagined I'd be making videos and helping people out of the situation that they're in, or at least in their mind in a positive state while they're in that negative space. But I mean, I'm just trying to find happiness. I'm just trying to find inner peace. I have a responsibility to my daughter to raise her, to make sure she's happy. That comes before anything, period. And yeah, I mean, I just want to see how far I can take YouTube. I want to get out of the hood. I want to put myself in a better position. And, you know, because I can't put anyone else in a more positive position until I'm in that position. You know what I'm saying? When I got out of prison, I couldn't do shit for anyone that was in prison. But now that I'm in, you know, a position like this, I can help them out. And the more I elevate, the more they elevate. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's a responsibility to my people. It's a loyalty to my family to just keep elevating and succeeding. And that's all I'm going for. I'm going to scroll up. Did Edna ever answer? She didn't say nothing. Edna didn't want to hear about my goals. That's crazy. She left now. And thank you so much, Christina, for having me on your channel. I really appreciate that. Y'all don't be disrespectful, though. Y'all don't need to say all that in the comments, especially about a female. Y'all don't know her. Y'all don't know what type of time she on. You don't, none of that. Ain't no point being disrespectful on YouTube. This isn't one of those channels. This is those, let's gossip and talk up. Nah, this isn't. She's writing the paragraph. What is my medical issue for smoking bud? I love that. So check this out, right? Chronic pain in the state of Massachusetts is defined as having to see a doctor twice for the same pain-related issue. So I crashed a bike, right? And I did a front flip. I landed on my hand. I was missing mad skin. I went to the doctor. My hand was killing me. I went once. I went twice. I was given ibuprofens both times. The second time I did it, I requested my medical records, brought that to the marijuana doctor. He approved it. I paid the price. I got my card. So that's the lick if you're trying to get a medical card. But it's recreational now in Massachusetts, so you really don't need a card. But that's how I did it. Do I take offense to being called a wigger? Nah, who the hell says that? Nobody says that. Like, nobody talks that unless they're like old as hell. You can call me a wigger. I'm gonna laugh at you. I don't even get mad about cracker. Out of all my guests, who do I think will win in a Hunger Games style thing? That's tough because all of them crazy. Every one of my guests are crazy. The ones that I've done time with. If it was teams, we'd probably all win. If it was like a Roy thing. I know, I got to get the merch. I got to. Yeah, TK might win. TK's a soldier. Let me get you up out of here. Excuse me. Let me hit the excuse me button. Block. Appreciate your time. Did I have a slap box and lock up? Hell yeah. Who's that? Rico the man. Hell yeah. Big shout out to Clemmy from the Springs. Real white boy from the Springs. I don't know how you know him, but hell yeah. That's bro. We went to high school. Oh, Edna's back. What she said. I was just curious to see what your thoughts on West Coast prisons from what you heard. I can tell you white boys not running with their own. Go through it. Do you think you would conform to it? So I really don't speak on California prisons like that because I don't have enough knowledge about California prisons. From my understanding, when I first was asked this question, I was like, no one's going to tell me who I'm rocking with. Here, I'm going to affiliate with the same group over here. Now, what confused me, though, is when I heard that in California, the Bloods, the Crips, the majority black organizations, they all come together as a race, or as a race with the whites, South Side, whatever. That confused me. You know what I mean? I didn't think that they would do that because we'll have blood and Crip wars or blood and GD wars, excuse me, in Florida. So, I mean, it's just different politics. I would want to rock with who I affiliate with. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that it isn't like not everyone has to have a swastika to rock with the whites. You're just rocking with your race. So I would be confused on how I would be perceived by my own people at that point. Because even though I'm white representing this, you will have other races that are enemies that will just put that aside to stick with their race. So, I mean, I have no idea, but I do not plan on ever doing time in California. I'm sure nobody in California plans on coming to Florida to do time in Florida. You know what I mean? So it's just another world. But I can tell you one thing, though. I would stab the shit out of somebody the second I walked in. I'm not waiting on nothing. I'm not answering questions. I'm not going to go over here and talk to him before I put my... No, I'm not even making my bunk. I get in there and poke something up. I would catch a life sentence. I'd get killed, bro. It's one or the other. Because like everybody says, I'd be a target first quarter. I was a target in Florida at certain times. So it's not like I've never dealt with that before, but I'm not going to wait for you to do something. I'm going to do it.